So we're going into the second episode. We are doing Black History Month here because February is Black History Month, and it is January currently. But once this rolls, it's probably going to roll into it.
The magic of television.
It's so fun. So I am doing Little Nas X from Old Town Road, a very popular song, and Billy Cyrus just kind of helped him get famous because he helped him turn it into a Nashville country kind of star thing. And he just came out as being gay, so I think that's nice, you know, because people struggle with that. And so I don't care, you know. I love everybody, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what people do. Yeah, pretty much.
Not everybody.
There's a few people, no.
If people aren't nice, I have a hard time.
Yeah.
I have a little hard time with that sometimes.
Well, I don't like when you open the door for someone and nobody says thank you. It's like, what? So I just yell out, thank you.
So have you always lived in New England and this is only just occurring to you?
Right.
That seems normal to me. I don't mind that, actually.
Now, we forgot to talk in the last episode. Christine's traveled a lot, like a lot.
I like to travel.
And what's your favorite place you've been to so far?
Oh, that'd probably be something like Greece or Spain, I would think. Maybe
Spain.
Switzerland, but something Latin-y, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what mine was.
Soul.
I liked Holland, Amsterdam.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I liked it there.
Beautiful.
That was back when I went, they loved the Bee Gees. So we went out a lot. And isn't it true in Europe, they go out at like, you know, 11 o'clock at night is like, let's get going.
Yeah.
Here it's like, okay, dinner and drinks at 6. There it's like midnight.
I want to retire in Spain because you can, you know, the first time I went to Europe, it was to Sevilla, and I just noticed all the 80 and up citizens out at 11 p.m. enjoying flamenco, and I was like, yep, that's what I want for my life.
Fun.
I mean, look at the difference between the United States, what you do
so
with your later
different.
years versus Europe. You're not like shut away in like a
I know.
center somewhere.
And hablo español poquito or no? Nothing?
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
good. I'm not that great at it.
Sí, claro.
Yes, claro.
Yeah, I love Spanish.
I do
lived in
too.
Mexico City for like 5 minutes.
You did
too.
not.
Yeah.
You did?
I did. It was really cool.
Really?
Yeah. I did up with people for a year, so it just made everything seem...
Wasn't it kind of dangerous there, or was that like...
See, that's the thing.
No.
That's what I learned traveling to all different countries and being in Manila.
It could be dangerous anywhere.
There's two things to that, right? I mean, considering today's news in Farmington today, we have some crazy things happen in this town, this state. It's not safe everywhere, you know. You're not even safe with the person you're married to sometimes. Who knows?
You don't know.
But
I know.
But I did notice, like for instance, I was in Manila and there was like a governmental sort of little surge, little uprising. Nothing they're not used to, right? So I'm like on the train with a group of students because I'm one of the administrators, and I hear this thing is happening, and I've got to get all these kids to all these different stops around the city, and finally everybody gets home safe, and I go home and I can see where the disturbance is kind of from my window. And I get a message from my family, and they're all worried about all this stuff that's going on in the Philippines, and I'm like, no, it was just this little thing over there, but over here, it was a big, scary deal.
Wow.
And the news here was like, oh, the town, the entire, and I'm like, well, no, I'm looking at it. It's one truck and like an old woman walking through like the center. There's nothing happening.
What's Manila like? Is it super busy? I have a friend that owns a restaurant there.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Wow.
Sylvia
cool.
Lorenzo. I think Sylvia, Chris and Stolk and Sylvia, if you're listening, because they'll be watching. Chris Stolk, one of my friends from high school, married Sylvia Lorenzo. And I think she's pretty high profile, maybe some government stuff out there. But anyway, Sylvia was like as normal as ever and so fun.
Did you just blow her cover?
Yeah,
Is
maybe.
that what you just...
Yeah. So we go to New York City, and Sylvia's like, oh yeah, come stay at our place. And she lived next to Slash and Linda Ronstadt. Same building, West 57th Street. So it was really cool, because I didn't know that about her. She didn't brag. Sometimes people brag, and it's kind of annoying. But when people don't brag, and then you go in, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. But it was fun. Yeah, he owns a restaurant called Smoke in Manila.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Like,
yeah.
I bet Michael Jackson didn't brag.
I bet he didn't.
I bet he did.
I don't think he did either.
I mean, I kind of feel like I know the guy just because
Because you had a big...
love him so much.
Oh, God.
Like, I love him so much.
I do, too. I felt so bad that it happened to him.
So inspiring to me. Oh, man.
I love Michael Jackson, too.
He had the touch.
Now, who else do you like for musicians? Like what concert, if you could go to a concert? I'm going to Billie Eilish with my daughter.
A concert like for somebody that's alive now.
Yeah, like who do you like to go to?
It's funny because most of the stuff I like is none of them. It's all older kind of.
Same with me, isn't it hilarious?
Yeah, so most of the stuff, but around this time of year, since this will probably air sometimes closer to Valentine's, maybe. Jane Monheit is
she's
a jazz
good.
singer, and she comes to Infinity in Hartford and Norfolk here in
She's
Connecticut.
good.
She's really nice. She's a soulful,
She's nice?
jazzy. Yeah, she's cool.
How many people are in a band? Big band or small band?
It's maybe 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, see, I like that
Yeah,
too.
her husband's the drummer. They travel
He
with their
is?
kids.
I didn't know
it's
that.
This small, tight.
Ah.
It's just like such. That's what I like about the music. There isn't a ton of it, but Connecticut's music halls, you can
I think they're
generally
great, too.
access the artists afterwards.
I think
you
that's
know?
so fun.
Yeah, you can get all up in there because they're, it's a smaller venue sometimes.
Did you ever go to
and-
Ridgefield Playhouse?
Oh, once
you love it?
only, but oh man, yeah.
I love it.
That's one thing I will say
fun.
about this area: the architecture and the age of things here, and
The Ridgefield Playhouse is
historical-
gorgeous.
Yeah, the historical significance of a lot of the places you get to see the art and music is pretty cool.
And Infinity Hall, there's one in Norwalk and one in Hartford, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep,
I
the
knew
new
that.
ones in Hartford.
I
And
haven't gone in a while. My husband likes to drag me to the Grateful Dead and Bob Dylan.
Oh, that was my dad's favorite.
Really?
Grateful Dead. Yep.
Yeah, I can't believe
saw
it.
Bob Dylan at Red Rocks a few years ago.
Yeah, he's kind of getting old there, but he's hilarious.
I think I saw Bob
I
Dylan.
thought
It really
maybe.
Could have been anyone.
We
really.
thought it was Tony's grandmother, because Bob Dylan looks like Tony's grandmother now. Yeah, we have a picture of Julius, and it's like, that's Bob. It looks like Bob,
Yeah,
grandmother.
they, you know how they'll say he never really was the best singer. He was more a poet.
A poet.
And,
I wonder
yeah.
if you could get him to the Hillstead. That'd be great.
Hey.
That'd be so fun.
You'd have to have a translator with
I
him.
know.
'Cause
I know. He's
well, for
so
his songs,
funny.
he didn't really. I guess I read somewhere someone said that he stopped enunciating because he kept forgetting the words because he had so many words. It was like, all his songs were such poems. They didn't have a lot of repeat areas. It was all like unique verses. That
No, I loved
ran
him, but
on and
it
on.
gets old going to
so
the
for
concerts.
him, like he must have a hard time remembering the words. But then as he got older, it worked to his advantage because like he didn't have to remember anything.
No, he doesn't have
Just
to
kind of
remember
mumble.
anything.
It was already
He
his
just mumbles it
style,
up.
and they're like, great. Hey.
And so you've always lived in Connecticut, or did you ever live anywhere else?
Oh yeah.
Other than Boston.
I lived in New Jersey. I lived in Colorado. I lived in
Where in Colorado?
South Carolina, Charleston, Denver.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I did California a little bit. I did New Jersey. I lived in.
Where in California?
It lasted maybe 2 months. I moved out there at 22 with a group of 6 people, I think. Disaster waiting to happen. Everyone very idealistic, I'm
going to be an actor. I'm going to be a movie star.
And based on one person's experience, they had been there one time, and we all were like, yeah, that sounds great. We got there like, this is nothing like you described.
Yeah, that's
Very
so funny.
idealistic, but it's nice to learn a lesson in life that
Oh, it's like when I lived in Aspen, Colorado.
can just come back. if
I
you
got
don't-
jealous. Not in a bad way, but it was like everybody was rich. Everybody had tons of money.
Tough to
And I
roll
was a
in.
maid. Yeah, I was a maid. But I was Madonna's maid. And, yeah, I cleaned her house.
Whoa, did you
I
tell Michael
cleaned-
Jackson that?
I know. Did he get along with her? I think they did. I can't remember.
They must have.
I know everybody liked Michael. I think he's innocent. I love it. My mic went off, Joe, so I'm just going to wing it. So, maybe from the window he'll tell me that we have 5 minutes left. Oh, now he's back on.
You cleaned
We got 15.
Madonna's house.
So I cleaned her room at the Hotel Dunbar, which is where all the movie stars stay. So I didn't see her. I got to, I didn't go through all her crap too, but I could have. But I did clean.
could've.
Buddy Guy was the best. He was so cool. He stayed at my hotel because he was down with normal people. He was great. He was really fun. Who else did I clean?
He
I cleaned
stayed
Cher's
in your
house.
hotel room?
Yeah.
Or at your hotel?
On East Hyman Avenue.
What's the difference?
Woo! He stayed at the one I worked at as a maid.
Okay.
So I would go out. Yeah, I would go out. I did a lot
I
of
was trying
people.
to make that story a little more risque.
I know. It was fun. I love being a
Up
maid.
your ratings a little.
I was a maid at Miss Porter's for about a week. Whoops. I must have cleaned wrong. I don't know what happened.
I
But they were
was
so
a
fun.
housekeeper.
I
for,
loved
like,
it.
People in Charleston for a while because I got to see all these amazing antique homes.
It's so fun.
Oh boy, it was really fun.
I loved being a maid. If they paid me more, it would have been even better. I would do that my whole life. It's just that you don't get paid good, but nobody bothers you. It's like people aren't like, oh, you
mean
missed something.
housekeeper or maid?
I was
like maid,
both.
like sounds like dealing with people.
Maid was better because you don't have to, someone doesn't say, oh, can you focus on the bathrooms today? But for Cher's house, I cleaned Cher's bathroom, one of them. She probably had like 19 of them. But I cleaned her bathroom, and it was spotless. There was nothing to clean. And then I did her Swarovski crystal. I got on a big ladder. I did every single crystal on her chandelier. Never met her either. But it was
Cher,
cool.
if you're watching,
I love Cher.
these are the moments in time.
Oh, I love
this
Cher.
is the impact Cher had on you.
I love Cher.
Look at that.
Well, she's a great actress,
You
too.
gotta get a call in.
I gotta get Cher
I mean,
to
do you
come
have
on.
a phone? Can people call in while you're painting?
That would be cool. I wonder, Joe, do you think so? I don't know.
You know,
That'd be cool.
Because if you're, you know,
We
you
got a
could
lot
get
of-
Cher on, that might.
I would love it. I was trying to
Blow
get
the top
50 Cent.
off
When
of the-
50 Cent lived here, that would be
His
perfect.
house sold.
Yeah, they should have sold
heard?
it to the Farmington High School. Just saying.
Oh, because of the bowling
Instead of
alley and the movie
185
theater?
million, they could have kind of renovated that. Maybe not. I'm always wrong. Everybody knows that.
Oh, the renovation of the high school.
I think instead of 100 and whatever.
I
people
don't
say-
know if the neighborhood would have handled the volume and the buses.
I know.
though.
That's what everybody's
A little
saying.
icy
They couldn't do it.
hillside there. I
I'm sure
don't
they
think
thought
they
about it.
could.
I wouldn't want to be in
I
charge.
doubt they thought about it, but it did not
I will
sell
never
for
run
what he
for
was
public
asking.
office.
Woo.
No, he was, but he got a, I don't know where he went after that, but that was a big mansion. My friend Chad went to a lot of his parties. Chad, how come you got invited and I didn't? But Chad went to a lot of the parties and
I
said he
don't
was
know
totally
if my
cool.
friend went to one of those parties and didn't invite me, if I'd still call them my friend.
I know, Chad, what's up? I could
Kinda
have gone with
gotta-
Chad.
yeah.
Chad's got it down with 50, so he got to go
That
to
was
the
a
parties.
missed,
That's pretty cool.
missed opportunity.
Yep. I'm trying to think of what other celebrities. I know we were doing J-Mo from the Allman Brothers lives in Avon. Sorry, J-Mo. But he is
Oh,
the,
I heard.
yeah. I'd love
Look
to
at
get
us with the
J-Mo on.
rumors over
We're
here.
painting you at Jamoki Academy, J-Mo. The kids are like,
that's so
who is this? I'm like, it's
cool.
J-Mo, and he lives like, 20 minutes down the road. But a very private guy again, like some of these celebrities are.
Hopefully you're not watching this.
J-Mo.
Boy, I hope we don't get any cease and desists after this.
I
Stop
can't
giving
believe
out
it.
my address, Lee.
And then I know. It's crazy. Now with the drones and everything, people have everything like, oh my gosh, it's so scary. My daughter has the camera on her pen. And then people have the doorbell thing. Did you see that? They ring the doorbell and they can see the whole movie.
Pretty cool.
My sister has one outside of her beach house, so she could see everybody that goes by the beach house, and that she can even hear audio. So if someone's like, oh, what a pain in the neck she is, my sister's like, she can hear it because they're all walking by the beach house.
That's probably why she got it. Is
And
that-
you have a house somewhere in New York, right, that you love?
Oh, no, a little piece of land that is even better than having a house
I
in
love
Lake
it.
George, because then I can imagine that it is so many things, because it's nothing
Don't you
yet.
love it?
So it could be anything right now. So I have this very imaginative house that
So
I
did you-
probably will never afford or build.
I think that's so fun. I went to a dude ranch in Lake George. It was so fun.
Real?
Yep.
Wow.
We had a ball.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's a very fun place. I've been up there a couple times this month. I'm going to be up there 2 more times this month.
You are?
Yeah, well, twice in December, twice in January. It is my favorite.
Don't
for
you
the
love it?
winter.
I love Lake George. It's gorgeous. Yeah,
Oh,
I only went
yeah.
once. We had fun.
It's
One of my
so
friends was
nice.
had an operation, so she was she had these Vicodins with her, and we went on a hike, and we were calling it a Hike-a-din. It was hilarious. But we had so much fun because she was in a lot of pain, so we were hiking around with her Hike-a-din. It was hilarious. You got to be careful of that stuff, people. Now, it's big addiction problems around here.
Oh boy,
Ah.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need to run for political office.
I'm
you
not
touched on
doing
enough
that.
elements this
No.
evening.
Oh, we have 10 minutes. It's perfect amount of time. We're so excited. We'll talk about a couple more things. And then by the time, we're done with the program, these things will be done. And then I'm going to hang mine on my
You
wall.
haven't even critiqued mine or
Let's see.
evaluated my technique
Let's hold 'em
on
up.
any level.
We're at this
oh,
camera.
wow. Look at that.
Oh.
I didn't really know what to do down here.
That's perfect.
I went a little rogue.
It's perfect. Well, he had on that crazy jacket with all the metal stuff on it.
Yeah,
I wonder who his designer was. I know he was really good friends with Elizabeth Taylor. Am I right?
he was.
Wasn't he?
Definitely. She was very nice to him.
Yes.
Oh, Michael.
So we're just going to finish up. We have 10 minutes. We're going to chat it up. And then, we got Lil Nas X and we got Michael Jackson here. So this is perfect. And there are numerous African Americans. I don't always say African American because not everybody's from Africa. I work with children from the islands, a lot of Jamaicans, as I said. But I don't know. Whatever they prefer to be called is fine with me because I don't care. We have so much fun with people. I love people. It's great.
What do you do with all these paintings of people that you do?
Well, I give everything away, because I am just bombarded with the art gallery. It all moved down into my basement. So like now every teacher I work with at school is like, they all have paintings now. They love it. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff because I don't want clutter. I hate it. And normally when I sell stuff, it wasn't even in the gallery. It was all people that would do like with your job. They'd call you for a commission to do like a headshot.
Okay, sure.
And usually you probably do the whole company's.
You would paint headshots. Portraits.
I did a lot of portraits.
Very cool.
Yeah. So like, those New England Patriots one I did, those were great. Those came out great. But again, I did most of those using an opaque projector because who wants to draw football players all day long? It's hard. I can, but no, I didn't want to sketch those. So I used my projector, and then it's all about color from there. So you don't have to worry about the sketch. So it's pretty easy. And I'm not the only artist that uses them. So if you see, I'm almost convinced Norman Rockwell might have used an opaque projector. But I don't want to diss him, because everybody loves Norman Rockwell, and he is an illustrator, so I could be wrong. But it looked it looked like maybe he used one of those. But
I think you're starting a rumor.
I know, I could be.
And that's close enough that they
And we didn't
come
study
down
American
on you.
art. Yeah, when I went to BU, no American art allowed. It was all some, but we didn't do Warhol. We got into a little bit of American art, but it was mostly the Europeans that mattered. So, the older you are, the more, people care about you, I suppose.
Did you see the Warhol exhibit at the Whitney last year?
Was it last year? Really?
Yeah.
No. Did it travel?
Well, last year was last week, technically.
Did it travel?
Most likely. I don't really know. When you curate something
didn't
like that, do you
go.
send it around the world?
I don't go to a lot of art stuff. I like the New Britain. Have you ever been to the New Britain Museum of American Art?
That's a joke, right? Yes.
You gone? Okay.
Yeah.
So fun. First
no,
Friday?
Well, I grew up here, so.
Have you ever gone to First Friday?
Yes.
It's so fun.
I have. It is wild.
It's so wild. So if you ever want to go to the New Britain Museum of American Art, the first Friday of every month, 5:30 to 8. Great plug for you, MBMA, MBAA.
NBM.
AA. Yeah, it's so much fun, and it draws like a super cool crowd. And I brought my kids there when they were like 1 and 2. Now they're older, and they're like, we don't want to go to that. But when they were little, they would go. And then what's that lady's name that dances so great? Prudence Sloan. She takes over the dance floor. She's so good. It's so fun. I don't go all the time, and no, I'm not a member. Ugh. I was.
I am.
You are?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I should be.
I'm a museum-y person.
Yeah.
I am turning into one. It wasn't my projected career path.
I can't even believe you're at the Hillstead. I love it.
It's great. Oh, I can't either.
And what is it to be a member there? Like a single membership? I mean, I don't even know. Probably like $100, $75?
$75 a year for
That's great.
or something. Maybe even there might be a $50 for the year individual versus a family or a just for two. There's a number of options there.
And I know a lot of people walk their dogs there. Do they pick up after the dog or no? Yeah. They do.
I find it to be an extremely well-respected 152-acre estate in the middle of suburbia. It's pretty amazing that you can go dawn to dusk and it doesn't get ruined. There's been no vandalism.
I can't even believe it.
People really respect. It's an asset.
And security's super tight, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Sure.
So what I'm showing Christine quick is if your hat goes off the page like Lil Nas X's, I paint the side because frames are kind of out now. I mean, unless you're...
Frames are so last year.
The frames are out. People just paint the sides and they lean them up against something. It's kind of in to not use a frame. And plus, they're very expensive, but I do love Jim at Farmington Art. Farmington Frame, right next to Truffles. That's a great place. Right next to Heather's shop.
That's right, by Vivid Hue.
Yeah, we're going to go out with Heather after we're done here. We can't wait. Except I always want everything she's wearing. But I did get my pin at the, do you ever go to GWA?
Oh.
People are always like, GWA, I've never heard of that. I'm like, Goodwill Avon. people throw out everything in Avon. So I got this great pin. I love pins. I just go in and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's $2. And she's like, it's actually 50 cents because it's got a blue tag on it. It's a blue tag day. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. Then I go to Nordstrom's and spend like, triple the amount. But I do love Nordstrom's. I love to, every time I enter the mall, I have to go through Nordstrom's first.
You're fancy.
I don't want to go in through JCPenney, even though I love it. I'll end up at JCPenney, though, because I don't care. I'm always like, you know what? Clothes make people look great, but sometimes people could be wearing nothing great, and it looks great because they look great. Spend more time on your hair and stuff like that.
Really
it's such
the
a pain.
Smile.
It's the smile, I know.
I do have to say.
Dr. P, I got to come, and you got to fix me.
There's so many people ask for headshots what they should wear, and I'm like, a positive attitude?
Yeah, you're right, you're right. You're right.
That can come across a lot faster
It
than
really does, right?
your bow tie.
It does, right?
Necktie. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And do you have the camera that it'll click 50,000 times so that you can,
Yeah.
And then you go through and you pick them, and people usually don't like the one you pick, right? They want another one.
I'm getting better at knowing what people are going to like.
Yeah.
I used to always come up with something different. Now I'm seeing what most people see in themselves ahead of time.
Who's harder to...
Women.
Yeah, she already said it. I'm like, guys or girls? Oh, that's so funny.
Give me a break.
Yeah, I always liked having my boss be a guy, too, but I've got two lady bosses that are awesome right now.
Women like to come in and tell you for a long time why they're not going to look good in the picture, what's wrong with them, what they hate about themselves. And I usually let it go on for a few minutes, and then it's like, can you tell me one thing you do like? And
Yeah, it's
like,
hard.
What?
Yeah, women are
you?
definitely more into how they're looking than guys are, for sure.
Or they worry more.
Or they worry more.
I don't know. But
Yep. And how about kids? You do a lot of kids or no?
I used to.
Yep.
But not as much. No.
No. And then are you always at the studio or only for appointments?
Generally only
Yeah.
appointments because I do most things on site.
That's a great,
location, yeah.
great building. I love it.
Oh, the Bridge Healing Arts Center
Yep.
in Farmington on Main Street. It's what a wonderful mix of practitioners, too.
It's the big, huge brown building, in case anybody didn't know. It used to be a marketing firm, I think.
And it was built, the original building itself was like 18 or 17 or something, yeah.
Goes on and on and on.
Original main house.
Does
and then
anybody
they
live there?
added and added and added.
It's all offices?
No, it's all offices.
I love it.
There's
It's
a
so
lot.
fun. So
And
if you
they're
want to
all
visit
very-
Christine, make an appointment and go get your headshot done. She's
That's
going to make you
right.
look great.
304 Main
And do you Photoshop if people...
Yeah.
can Photoshop?
Who doesn't Photoshop?
I know.
Oh.
My best friend Lila is a photographer in Nashville, and I came into New York City to hang out with her, and she's like, hold on, I can hang out in a minute. I just got to finish making this lady look a little better. And she was doing highlights in her hair, taking off not a lot of weight, because everybody wants to be super
why
skinny,
not?
but she just took off a little because she's
When
like,
you
I'm not going to
can.
make the look totally different.
Gotta be
but
recognizable.
It was a wedding, yeah, you got to be recognizable too. So that's true. So I think we have like 3 minutes left. This is so fun, and we finished. It's great. We got a minute and a half. Can you believe how fast that went by?
I'm finding that I don't know how to sign it. Any tips?
Oh,
any
big tips
our-
for signing.
Okay.
So I usually don't, I would never sign with a Sharpie, though I have before and I don't like it. I usually draw it first with a pencil and then try to go over it. But I think a messy handwriting is better than like trying to write Pam or like, Christine P. I usually leave out the fact that I'm a girl because I just don't care. But everybody's like, oh, it's a woman's world, come on. And I'm like, well, you know what? I don't do that. I'm going with the flow.
Leave it out of what? Your signature?
I just do my last name. So I do Nolan, yeah. So people think I'm a guy, and I don't care because, it takes women a long time, just like it took African Americans. It's not fair. One thing I noticed, Christine, is the Hartford gas is cheaper than in Farmington, and the Hartford McDonald's, 40 seconds to talk about McDonald's on Albany Avenue. I love you because I go there every single day, but my coffee is $1.50. In Farmington, Bristol, and Avon, it's $1. It's not fair.
You got to do the Cumberland Farms.
I love Cumbies. Don't you love it there?
What a deal.
The only thing, if you pay cash, all your change comes down that little thing. Oh. And I always forget the change. So guess where that goes? Just saying.
Hopefully to some well-deserving.
Hopefully to some well-deserved person. So we are rolling. We're going through the credits now. Christine, thanks for coming on my
Thank you
show.
for
We're going
having
to
me,
quote these
Dawn.
like this. It was
This is
so fun.
wonderful.
And it's great to celebrate Black History Month because those people had it so unfair for so long. You are the best people in the world. Thanks for coming on. I loved
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so much. I love it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.